Thank you very much for purchasing Seoul. So now we're going to teach you how to use it. So what's inside the box? This is our receiver. And this is our main unit. This is the sequence of the 7 stacks. Tutorial card and the charging cable. So the first thing we're going to teach you is how to charge your unit. First, you need a power bank, okay? And of course, the main unit and the receiver. And also you will have a cable, a Type-C cable like that. Okay, connect this to your charger, like so. And now, what you do if you want to charge your receiver, just plug it in, like that. And you see blue light, okay? Usually it takes around 30 minutes to fully charge the receiver. Okay, when the blue light goes out, means it's fully charged. But I will suggest you to charge it a little bit longer, something like 45 minutes to an hour, to make sure the battery is fully charged. Usually one charge of this will last you for around 1 hour if you are doing contrast 10%. And if you're doing contrast 100%, it will last you 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Now, it's very important you keep watching the video because we're going to teach you how to save some battery with the receiver. And now we're going to teach you how to charge the main unit. In fact, it's the same thing. Just plug it in like that. And now you see there's a green light right there. If the green light turns off, means the unit is fully charged. Usually it takes 30 to 45 minutes to fully charge your unit. We strongly suggest you to charge up to 1 hour to make sure it is fully charged. And the battery of one full charge will last you for 2 to 3 hours for the main unit. So that's it, unplug it. And one very important point is that do not charge your unit when it's turned on. If it's turned on, do not charge your unit, okay? It will not work, it will not charge in. So turn it off and then you charge your unit. So the first thing we need to do is to connect the receiver to our main unit. Slide this button to the other side and you will turn the receiver on. And you will see the monitor turn on. And then you turn on the main unit. After 3 seconds, you will see there's a blue light, means it's already connected. So there's one thing you have to learn before you do anything else is open this up. And of course, this is the action button, we call it. Okay, so we're gonna enter in this situation. And now we're gonna open up when it's connected and it will be displayed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna double tap on this action button to exit the mode, like that. Now, the first thing I would suggest is to adjust the brightness of the monitor. So now we're going to teach you how to set it up. You press the action button and it will go down 1 level, like that. And let's go down all the way. After calibration, it's going to be set up. And now we're going to long press on the action button. And now we're going to enter the setup. Here you can set up the contrast in different level and also the sleep time. So once you fully charge it, if your brightness, the contrast is going to be 100%, your unit is going to last for around 30 to 40 minutes. But to save more battery, we suggest you do a few things first. What you're going to do is you're going to adjust the contrast into 10%. So what you're going to do is you can long press on the action button like that. And now it's already in 10%. In that case, this receiver should last for at least 1 hour. And now what you're going to do is you're going to double press again. And then you are now at setup. Long press one more time. And now we have sleep time available right here too. We got 1 minute, 10 minutes, and 30 minutes right there. You can see 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and off. Now, if you're doing just one effect or one show, and you only use this one time, then you can turn it off because you can switch it on and switch it off whenever you want. But if you're doing multiple routines or maybe do a lot of things, then I would suggest that you put sleep time in 1 minute or 10 minutes. So you will save battery. It will enter sleep mode and it will reserve its battery. So this is very important because you don't want it to be ran out of battery when you want to use it. So set sleep time. For example, here we're gonna set it for maybe 1 minute because usually when I need to use it, I just press a button, it will turn it on. So I'm gonna press right here, long pressed, and now it's done. So now you have to make sure there's nothing on the main unit. So it will enter the sleep mode like so. If there is something on there, it will not enter the sleep mode. It's very important, okay? So when you enter the sleep mode, and now what you can do to activate again is just press the action button 1 time, and it will go back like so. It's very simple. And of course, we strongly suggest that you can do it just manually like that, just push it off when you're not using it. This will help you to reserve the battery because you can do it quite easily. When you palm it, you just open and close it and then just place it back inside your pocket. This will reserve a lot of battery, so it will last longer time. So before we perform, we have to do a preparation. We'll need to prepare a card box, and we're going to use this card box as a cover. Now we need to do a little bit work on the card box. Now you're going to cut off the bottom of the card box. At the same time, use double stick tape to tape the opening of the card box. Now you're going to cover the gimmick with this card box. Now one thing very important is that you need to make sure the bottom of the card box, the fore side, does not touch the mat or your table. You might need to cut off 1 to 2 millimeters of the fore side of the card box, so it's no longer touching the surface of your table. Of course, don't cut it too much or you're gonna see the gimmick. Now we'll need to do a calibration with our playing cards. You can use any playing cards, any deck that you want. Today we're going to use Bicycle as an example. Why do we need to do the calibration? Because every single deck might be using different papers, so we need the exact weight of the cards that you are using. So we'll need to do a calibration for the playing cards that you are using to ensure the data is correct. So now we're going to teach you how to do the calibration. So here from the top corner, right here, there is a button. This is our action button. Double click on the action button and you will enter the menu and you will see all the stack that we have programmed in. Each time you press the action button, it will go down 1 level. And now select the stack that you want to use. Then we're going to long press the action button. Then we're going to enter the stack mode that you want to use. And then you will see this display. And then double tap on the action button. Then we're going to go down the menu to calibration option. When you reach the calibration, long press on the action button. And now the monitor will tell you to place the item on the main unit. And now we're going to take 1 playing card and place it on your main unit. And then we're going to press the action button 1 time. And now it will load. And now we'll move down to level to exit and long press on the action button. And you will enter the stack that you want to use. And now you have successfully calibrated the unit according to your playing cards. So to know how many cards that they cut off, place the whole deck on top of the main unit and then you just press the action button 1 time and it will go back to 0. And now it's ready. When they cut the card, you will know that the amount of cards that they cut at. The left hand side is the top card and the right hand side will be the bottom card, which is the card they cut at. When you place the card back, it will return to 0. We can cut it 1 more time. You can see 3 cards. You can see this is exactly 3 cards. This is the 7 of clubs, and the right hand side is gonna be 10 of diamond. Now we're gonna do a different way of performing in the same mode. The first thing we have to do is to make sure there's nothing on the main unit. And now we're gonna press the action button, and it will return to 0. Now you have your audience to select a card, and then you place the top pile of cards on the main unit. And now you will see on the right hand side is their selected card. Let's do it one more time. Place the pile on the main unit, and on the right hand side you will immediately know they have selected the 8 of spades. When we are really performing, you can place the card box at the side, have your spectators select a card, place the top pile on the gimmick, and you will note the top pile is 26 cards, and you will know the selected card is the ace of club, and the bottom card of the pile is gonna be the jack of hearts. And now we're gonna talk about our free card mode. So for free card mode, you can use 2 stack. The one is bicycle with no joker, which is bicycle NJ, and also the step-in stack. So you can stack up your deck with these 2 stacks. So in the menu, you will see there's a bicycle free and also a step-ins free. You can use either one of these. We're gonna try with bicycle free first. Once you enter the mode, press 2 times of the action button and you will go back to the menu. And now we're gonna go down to the calibration. Long press on the action button and we're gonna enter the calibration mode. Place 1 card on the main unit. Wait 3 seconds and press the action button. And now it's done. And then we go to exit and we'll enter the free card mode. And once our free card mode is set up, now when we deal the card one by one to the main unit, when they say stop, we can stop for 3 seconds and our receiver will know exactly what card they stop at. So now we're gonna try it out. We have 3 spectators. Whenever they want, they just say stop. And now we're gonna stop for 3 to 5 seconds to make sure the receiver receives the card. And the receiver will know it's the jack of spades. Once we display the card, we have to place back the selected card to the stack. Wait for 3 seconds and the receiver will know you start with the 6 of hearts. One more time, the 3rd card, just do the cards and wait for 3 seconds and you know is the queen of clubs. So now I'm gonna explain how to do the free card read with the deck on top of the sole device, the main device. So what you can do is, we're gonna do step-ins free for example, but when you are doing single card read, you're gonna use this deck. But if you're doing free card reads, you're gonna use this deck, SHCF. It's almost the same, but there's one difference, is that we change the position of the club with the spades. Right here, you can see for the step-ins, the first card is gonna be club 1, and here it's gonna be spades 1. And for the 3rd card, it's gonna be spade 7, and for the 3rd card, it's gonna be club 7. So for the step-in stack, it's gonna be this one, but this one is gonna be for the step-in free, which is labeled right here. We call it step-ins free because it's easier to memorize, because it's just 1 card changed, reversed. If it's a club in step-ins, means that it's going to be a spade in SHCF, which is the step-in 3 card read, okay? The sequence is exactly the same, or the numbers are the same. The only spades and clubs reversed. So now we're going to explain how to place the deck on top of the main unit using the step-ins free. Now, first of all, of course, we need to calibrate the card again, just to make sure the weight is the same. Just long press in the step-in free, and then now we're gonna double click, and then we're gonna go to calibration like before, long press, calibration, and then we're gonna take 1 card, okay, for example this one, place on top. Wait for 3 seconds, don't rush. Okay, and now press OK. And now it's memorized. So, and then we go to exit and take out the cards, place it back. Okay, already memorized card. And now once you have set up the whole thing, you go back to your original mode. Then what you can do, in fact, is very simple. You have to turn off the both unit. Turn it off. And then turn off this one too. Turn off. And now you place the whole deck on top of the main unit. Okay, and then you open it up again. Open it up, open it up, like so. And now it's set. So now we have turned it off, and turn it on again. And now what we'll do is we can cut the cards now. Now this is in the correct stack. It's very important. Use the SHCF stack on the stack card. And then just take a few cards, place it on the side. And now we show it is the Queen of Spades. Okay, you can take the cards, and then have your spectator cut another card, like that. We display the 5 of Diamonds, which is the next card. And then we can cut the card one more time, like that. It's gonna be the 7 of Spades. Okay, it's just simple. And now all you need to do to reset everything is to take the cards and place it on top again. And now it's already reset. So this is how you're gonna do the deck on the main gimmick and cutting it off and memorize the cards. So there are 2 different ways that you can do. And very important, the step in 3 means using the stack of SHCF. So this way you can learn how to use it. And the same method you can apply to Bicycle 3 too, of course. And now we're going to talk about how to customize Soul to apply to different objects. You can use coins, cards, cigarettes, even candies. Now we're going to go to the menu of our receiver and then we select Routine 1. You can save up to 3 customization. Now we're going to enter Routine 1 and long press on the action button and we will enter the custom mode. Same thing happen, we will need to do calibration. Double tap on the action button. Back to the menu again. So it depends on the container that you use. You have to place the container on the card box before you do the calibration. For example, if you're using cigarette box, then you have to place the cigarette box on the main unit before you do the setup. Now we're going to enter the calibration mode. And now we have to place one object on the container. So here we're going to place 1 cigarette on top of the cigarette box. And now we're going to press the action button. And now Soul already memorized weight of the object that you want to use. Go to exit the menu and then we'll reach the Routine 1 mode. The setup is ready. Now we have to try it out. So here we have 8 cigarettes. We'll place 8 of them inside the box and you'll see on the receiver it's displaying 8, which means there's 8 cigarettes inside. You can have your spectator take out any amount of the cigarette and all you need to do is just place the cigarette box on the card box, the main unit, and you'll know how many cigarettes is still inside the cigarette box. As you can see, there's still 5 cigarettes inside, and that's how you do the customized mode. All the data are recorded and memorized inside our chip. So once you do the calibration of your playing cards or your customized object, when you turn off the unit, the data will still store inside our chip. But if you want to switch up different playing cards or different objects, you need to do the calibration one more time to make sure the weight is correct. Here's an example. In fact, you can apply different decks to different stack. For example, today we have to perform with 3 different playing cards. Then we can calibrate the bicycle designed for Maimonica. And for this deck, we're gonna do the new deck without Joker. And for the third deck, we can use this deck or the step and stack. Once you have finished performing with the first deck, then all you need to do is just switch the mode and you can perform with the second deck. And then you take out the third deck, then you switch to the third stack that you want to use it on. So there's an option on the menu which is set up. Here we can set the sleep time and also the contrast, the brightness of the receiver. Long press enter the setup. You can select the contrast 10%, 50% and 100%. The higher the percentage, the brighter the monitor will get. And here is the sleep time. Is that when you are not using it, you can select it will turn off in 1 minute, 10 minutes, and 30 minutes. When it's in the sleep mode, all you need to do is just press the action button and it will turn on the receiver. And of course, you can also turn off the sleep mode. So one tips for you all is that when you're doing different cards, different decks, always do calibration. At the same time, if your cards have been using for quite a while, we suggest you to switch to a new deck because it will absorb the moisture from the hair, from your hand, so it will become heavier, and with this will influence the weight of the cards. So you can do calibration again or just switch to a new deck. Sometimes bicycle deck, the weight of a new deck will be slightly different from a used deck. So when you're switching to a new deck, do the calibration one more time. And sometimes if you face a situation that is one card off in your deck, then we suggest you to switch the deck and at the same time calibrate the card one more time. Because this is a very delicate device, a little bit influence will make a great difference. So when you find a weight or maybe there's just like one card difference, then do the calibration again or switch to a new deck of cards. And don't afraid to be doing calibration all the time because it's very easy to do. So now we can talk about some important things that you have to remember when you are using the Soul. Sometimes after calibration, you see there's 1 card or 2 cards off. Most of the time it's because when you're doing calibration, you place the card too early. So you have to wait the receiver to tell you to place the card on there, then you place the card on the main unit. If you do it too early, there's a chance that the data may not be correct. And it's very important is that wait 3 seconds after you place the card on there, then you press the action button to give it enough time to memorize the weight. Remember to be patient when you're doing setup. And one more thing is that this unit is a very sensitive device. The maximum weight on this scale is 500 grams. Do not place any object over 500 grams on our scale for a long time, or else there's a chance that you might damage our Soul unit. One more thing very important is that do not operate the main unit and the receiver when you're charging the unit. Make sure you fully charge your unit, then you use your device.